welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the messy desk. It's not going to be cleaned up ever until I'm done here. I'm pretty sure because everything is around me and I'm surrounded by coffee paper, which smells like coffee and makes me feel so good. But I can't stop. I'm like a maniac. No, let me rephrase that. I am a maniac right now because all I want to do is do something to this thing, to the book. And last episode, all I did was, I think, the tabs, and I glued a piece of paper down. So, you know, that's that. But I decided I want to do something else to this page. And I don't know if it's going to work out or what am I going to use or how it is going to be. But if I don't try, I won't ever know. So I want to make a pocket right here. And I have this perfect paper because this one is sanded, teared, embossed, you know. You can send it off and stuff like that. So I want to make a pocket and I want to emboss it and I want to send it and I want to distress it and I want to do everything to it, to this little piece of paper. First of all, I want to figure out how long it has to be, my little piece of paper. Still have not found a pencil. So I'm going to just use my pen here. So it has to be that long. What did I do? Okay, so it has to be that long. That's okay already. Okay, and I want it to end here, so that's not a good thing to do. I have to cut first. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I might sound very maniac, but that's just because that's who I am right now. I have so many thoughts in my brain and I want to do this to the paper and, you know, we will see how that works out. Now I want to figure out how far I want this to be. Like, I want this to be sticking down on the bottom, but I will rip it off. So, you know, it's gonna be something. I'm gonna make it a little longer just because I will rip it off. So there will be nothing done anymore in this house because all I'm gonna do will be that. Now, do I rip it on that side? I think I will just distress it on that side and then I will rip it from here to there to make a pocket. Let's just rip it. I have no idea. Look, when I rip it, the back side comes through, which is incredibly cool. And this is not enough because I want the pocket to go all the way down here. So I'm going to rip even more. Come on, work with me. I will distress it anyway, so this is just going to be ripped like this. Probably. I like it. I really like how this one comes through, and I'm not going to toss those ever until I'm done doing something. Okay, so I ripped this part and I want to just the rip to start up there, you know, so it's kind of like this. Where's my little favorite tool? I'm going to distress all of that. I know it doesn't look like much right now, but wait for it. At least if it works out like in my head. There is a really pretty picture in my head of what I want to do, but you know, knowing, like, I have the experience. Oh, it ripped, but that's fine. I can just put it back in. I have the experience that my crafts do not always turn out like, you know, like in my head. So, okay, let me do this. Okay, that's not done. It's not gonna stay this way for sure. For sure. So now I was lucky enough to finally find this embossing folder at Joann's, and it's called Papery. Do I pronounce it right? So it's the new line, the Park Lane line there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to emboss this ripped piece of paper like that. And then I'm going to move it and emboss this little one here too. And I hope it works out. So let me emboss this. Okay, so this piece of paper is longer than my big shot, and I didn't know what to do. So I stuck the first part in there and I embossed it, and then you see I bent this over. Ooh, the back side is really pretty too. Look, you can emboss the black one and it's gonna look really pretty. However, then I had to put this piece in and emboss it again, and this kind of flattened. But that's, I think it is fine. We will see. If not, I will have to figure something out. But right now, what I want to do is to get this out of there, you know, the script, and I will use just a tiny little piece of sandpaper just because it's on my table always. And I will just sand it off. I do have a sanding tool, and I cleaned my whole room. And I'm pretty sure I have 2 sanding tools. And I cleaned my whole room and I haven't found it. Or maybe I found it and I just, you know, put it somewhere where I can't find it anymore. I thought I organized. I really don't know where it is. Maybe it wasn't even in my room. You know, I tend to craft in different rooms. So maybe it's somewhere else. So I'm just gonna go like this and just truss it a little bit. And now I'm thinking, what the heck can I do right here? Will it actually work if I just push on this thing? Because we do need pressure, right? So I had it right here. I can actually figure out where I had it. Wow. And now I would need pressure for this part. I don't know. Can I just do it with like my weight? Probably not. I don't think my weight is like enough. What can I do? You know what? I'm gonna just go fold this over and do it again. Just because I distressed it, it might work now. That was actually a good idea. Because now this part is raised and I should really use a bigger piece of sanding paper. But this part is raised now and I can sand it off. And this one is not raised anymore, but it's sanded off. So you can actually see the script on there. So that was good. And now, let's see. What I was planning on doing is I'm going to just go with the hole here. It will all make sense one day. I don't know if I can just... No, I cannot just make a hole. How do I do that? How do people do that? You know, I need punches that are bigger than that. Okay, I'm going to cut a hole. I would really like to have a pencil. You know, like... You see what I'm using here? I'm just using whatever to make a hole. And no, I still don't have a pencil, so I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way and cut it out just like that. Ooh, don't tear on me too much. I mean, I like it when you're tearing, but I don't want you to tear too much because we'll still need you. I don't even see where I made my circle, so whatever. I just want a little circle in there. See, my hands are all dirty now. Whatever. Doesn't matter because now I'm going to distress this. You know, just because that's what we need to do. We sanded it off, we ripped it, we did everything we could to this, and now the only thing left that we can do is to go ahead and distress it too. makes everything better. I know, makes everything. I'm going really gentle around this corner just because I ripped it. But I'm going to glue it down anyways, so. I want to do more where my hole is. Okay. A little more right here and there. Oh my god, this piece of paper looks perfect, doesn't it? I mean, it was perfect before I started doing something to it, but now it's just much better. Just because I started out and I have the tag right there, which is in the same color, I'm just going to use a little bit of this china, but really not much. I just want to go a little bit on top. I don't, almost don't apply any pressure on this because I don't want like one big giant pop of color on there. I just really want a tiny bit, maybe on the edges as well. Not much. I should see if it fits in my book anyways, or if I have to cut something off. Okay, let me see right here on the side. I did not rough up this edge here, but I should. Okay, ripped it a little. Looks perfect because it's ripped now. Let me put some that on top. Okay, okay, okay. What are we thinking? Okay. Oh my god, it turned out to be the perfect height because, you know, it goes right up there. Okay. Now, all that's left is to actually glue it down, which I'm going to do with, should I just continue using knee? If I want the pocket to be as big as possible, I like to use glue because then I know that I can just go like on the very outside of it. Which sides am I gluing anyways? I don't want to glue them all. Okay, I'm just gluing the long sides, I guess. Okay. Now stick it down right there and on the side right here. Okay. Oh my god. You know, this is almost like one page is ripped off and this one is still there. I like that. I really do. My dear husband went to the store yesterday, even though he had no time, but he did go and get me some, I don't like this. Okay, I like this more. He got me printer ink because I will be using some print out images, I guess. Okay, so I love how those 2 pages turned out to be. And I'm going to leave those 2 pages for journaling. But here, I need, what was I thinking the other day? I need a die. Where's my cap? Oh, I wanted to see if I have, let me see. No, I don't think I do. I was wondering if I have a window die because I couldn't remember having one. And no, I don't have one. But no, you know what? What else do I need? Oh my god, there it is. My feather. I'm going to take my feather. Miscellaneous A1. Okay, I'm going to die cut myself something. Okay, so forgot to turn on my cam, but I didn't do much. I just sandpapered this. I die cut myself this feather. It also has a piece that comes here, but it just ripped off. But I don't really need it too much. So I thought to myself, it's fine. You could stay out there. So this will be my pencil or my feather pen or whatever you want to call it. And I would like for it to be stuck in there like this. Thank you, Cam. What's wrong with you? See, we are at about 15 minutes and things just start to happen. So I would like to have it this way, like a pen, you know, you can write with. I don't know if it looks much like a pen, but that's what I want to do. And I want to just press my pen first. So lazy again. You know what? I will just kind of put it in there. Why not? Right? Let me just put it in there and kind of get all the stuff on top, and then I will just move it around. It's not like it has to be all even, right? That's the good thing. Nothing has to be even. And since I don't do even too well, okay, just because this one is on top, and I want to, for this one, I want it to be a little bit more colorful on the sides, just so it sticks up from the paper that I used there. So I will do the sides in the blue. And also roughen up a little more, so, you know, it looks a little more like a feather and not like a piece of paper. Maybe rip it a little, bend it a little. I don't want it to look like, you know, a piece of paper, basically, even though it is, right? Okay, now the middle I'm going to distress a little more with my gathered wigs. Oh, this is looking good. I'm just loving this. I will just check on the side here if it fits and everything. So you can still see what I'm doing, and I can still check somewhere if it's the right thing to do. Okay, now I want to see how long I want this thing to be. I did something wrong. No, yeah, well, wrong as always. I do things, you know. I should do things like before I do something else, if it makes sense. Okay, I want to glue it right here. I will make a little mark. Hopefully I can still see the little mark. For this, I will use another glue because I don't know how my art glitter glue is going to work on that. But I do have this silicone. And see, I used it on something pink, so the end of it got pink. But that's fine. It doesn't change the glue. Right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this down on there. So the good and the bad part of that is that this glue takes a little while to dry. It does, you know. It's too straight for a feather, but there's nothing else I can do about it, so I will just go with that. And I will distress the pointy edge more so that it looks like it's actually been somewhere in the inky part, you know, so you can write with that. I want it to be inked up. This is one of those you had to dip into your ink, just so you know. Just so you know, that's not your normal one. Okay, I'm going to let this part dry because this glue dries a little longer than hot glue, which is all right. Now I want to do something I should have done before I glued this piece down. and that is using some Mod Podge on it. I think I still want it to be darker. I don't know. I just do. It seems to be too bright here and there. So I'm going to make it darker now. Not like everywhere, but for the most part. Yeah, I think the darker is prettier. Okay, done with that. Now I'm going to use Mod Podge right on top. Should have done it earlier. Didn't do it earlier. But hey, whatever. Let's find some kind of... Okay. It will just give this... And I will be very careful so I don't get out of this. And my distress ink is going to smudge a little as well. Hopefully, it gives it another finish. Like, I don't know how to explain. I want it to look more, not leathery or like fabric. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. But we'll see what it's gonna look like once it dries. I will just pay attention now because I glued my paper first. I have to pay attention to not to get over and not to glue my pocket down, actually, you know, because I don't want it to be glued down. I don't want it to be like a piece of paper. I want it to be a pocket. Okay, let me try this real quick. So if you are not a patient kind of girl or boy, I don't know, you need a heat gun because then you're going to be done much quicker. So now I hope you can see that it changed the texture. It kind of made it a little more glossier. I don't know how to capture this, you know, in my cam. I don't know if it's visible or not. But it does look completely different now. It looks like, it also feels different. It feels more like some kind of leather type thing. If that makes any sense. And now I have my feather and it has dried. And I'm just going to stick it in there. And I have it like this. And... probably not be done. I'm thinking about putting maybe a note card or something in the back and then, you know, just see. But I am totally done. Wow, my new favorite word is totally. Did you notice that I made a cooking video, which is on my other channel? I believe those were the cabbage rolls. I said totally all the time. When I was editing it, I was just thinking, oh my God, don't say it, don't say it. And then I would say it again. Okay, so I'm considering doing the same thing right here. And I'm just going to, because I think it makes everything look better. So we'll just Mod Podge this part too. I wish I was smart enough to do it all before I glue it down, but I'm not. All the stuff just comes later. Like, oh, you know, you could have done that. And I just go like, thank you, brain. As always, way too late, but you know, that's just brain. Okay. Kind of that, and now I'm going to dry this part as well. Ta-da! It looks much better. I know that for you it might look just the same, but for me it looks much better, and it definitely feels very different. It doesn't feel like paper anymore. I don't know, this still feels like paper, but this doesn't feel like paper anymore. And then I have my tab here, which I can turn. And part 2 right here. We are done with this one, I would say. Yeah, absolutely. And then I would leave a couple of them to journal in. I will just see. I might just make, you know, something, just notes if I have a stamp. I will see. And then I will decorate this one. Okay. I'm not, excuse me, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do. Because I don't quite know myself. But isn't that cool? Pretty sure I saw it somewhere in a similar way. Probably not even close to this. Probably so much better. But I think it's a cool idea. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe. Let me know what you like. You know, if there's any ideas which I can make or, you know, just do or see or try. And what was I gonna say? Oh, I finished one page. There is around 90 more to go because this is a 100-page thing. So I see you many, many more times. I hope you enjoy your day. See you in my next video.